Hi, this is Marissa from Hippie Safari, and this is day 2 of the Flats Challenge. And today I want to show you my stash. I'm just going to put up a picture of my stash. All of them are either dirty or on the drying rack or actually being worn right now, so I don't actually have them to show you here. Yeah, so what I'm using for this challenge during this week is I've got 10 receiving blankets, and they pretty much look like this. And this is one that's clean at the moment. So I've got the 10 receiving blankets, and they're roughly 26 rands each or so. You can usually get them in packs of 2 at Pep or Jet or Ackermans. They're pretty easy to find, and you'll usually find, you may have a few on hand in any case, so it's just easy to grab a receiving blanket to use as a flat. I've got a snappy, of course. I like snapping on my flats when I'm at home. For daycare, I just pad fold them. They don't use a snappy at daycare, but I've got snappies, so a pack of 2 is about 18 rand. Again, at Pep or Jet, any of those places. I've got a fleece cover for night. I've just got 1 fleece cover. Ideally, you would need 2, but I'm going to see if I can make it work with 1. So this one is the one he wore last night, and I've just air dried it to freshen it up a bit. And then all my covers are either on the line or dirty or whatever. So this is just a cover that I'm showing you from my stash. This one is just like this inside. It's got snaps, so it can fit any size baby. This one does not have flaps on the inside, but what's nice is some of them have like a flap on the inside at the top and at the bottom, so you can actually put your insert inside, and so this sort of the flaps keep the insert from moving around. So those are really nice. So these types of covers, the pull covers, pull is P-U-L, and this is a waterproof cover. It's kind of like the old waterproofs that you would find, just like a more modern version and a bit more fitted to baby. So I've got 6 of these that I set aside for the challenge, but keep watching the video, you'll see that I ran into some hiccups already with that. So anyway, these you can buy very expensive PUL covers, or you can opt for cheap ones, and you can get them for around 120, around there. You can get them, and I'll link those up in my blog post that'll go with this vlog. You can check that out on my blog. I'll post the link below. So now we're going to go look at the flats that I've got on the line from yesterday, the flats that came back from daycare, and just briefly my bucket and plunger setup, but I'll go into more detail 2 days from now on day 4. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so here we've got my son's bag that came home from daycare. We've got cloth wipes. The wipes that weren't used are in here. You can see I just store them like that, and that's just part of our regular setup. I've just continued using them for the Flats Challenge. Then we've got 2 nappies that weren't used. So these are basically just covers preloaded with pad folded flats. I'll show you a bit more on that tomorrow, just with the different folds I use. And then of course we've got our wet bag, and obviously we've got the dirty nappies in here that I'll need to go and add to the bucket now, to go and wash tonight, and I'm hoping there's no poop in here, so that's always a bonus. Yep, that's the pad, that's the snappied one I put on this morning, and the one that, yeah, you can see by the amount of wipes that they use there, that one's a poopy one, so I'm not going to open that one. So I'm going to go and dunk and swish that one now in the toilet. Now I can really smell it. I wasn't able to smell it at all in the wet bag, just for those of you wondering. I know everyone always wonders, oh, but don't you smell the poop when you're carrying it around? You really don't. Okay, so I'm going to go and dunk and swish that, and then add that to my bucket. Let me just show you my bucket as well. Okay, so here we are in our bathroom, and over here is our nighttime nappy from this morning. I just added some water this morning, and I used my plunger just to plunge all of the pee out, and then I drained the water out and just left them here. So that's pretty much our washing. So this is my setup for drying flats. I've got them on a drying rack inside, as I wanted to simulate not being home during daylight hours to necessarily hang them out in the sun. So I've been washing them at night and then hanging them to dry overnight. And the problem I ran into this morning was that my flats were not dry yet. So these were the ones that I washed last night. These were just the ones used during the day. So there's 4 flats and 2 covers that were dirty, since someone decided to poo twice yesterday. And so these, luckily these flats are now dry. This is now, I've just come back from work. It's about 2 o'clock, and the flats are now dry, but the covers, this one is still a little bit damp, just sort of at the top here with the elastics, so it's still a little bit damp. I'm very, very tempted to hang it outside at the moment because it's really sunny and warm outside. So I know that will make them dry faster, but I'm going to leave them here just to see how fast they dry. This one has got a cotton exterior, so it is still quite wet here at the top. So that's definitely something to consider if drying time is a big factor for you. You don't want covers with cotton exteriors. So that's so basically with these covers not dry this morning, I had to substitute or add to my stash another cover that I had, which brings my total covers for the challenge up to 7 pull covers and still the 1 fleece cover. I didn't need to substitute any flats. So now I'm going to go have a look at what came back from Daycare. So come check that out with me.